Right then, I hope you're all well. So, I did a bit of internet shopping. And I found I managed to get my hands on an original Anarchy Online game. Let's see if we can open it. Right. Now, I've not seen this since 2001 when this came out. Now, I got this. Well, I got my version of this back at like a Game Station shop in the UK. We have Game Station, we have Game. But Game Station was the one we can hand in old games and buy new games. And this was on the top shelf. And on the day I bought this, I bought two other games as well. I bought the Dune, like Command and Conquer style game, but not the old one, the 3D one. I got that, and I got another game called Insane, which had a 1 instead of the I at the start. Anyway, I got this, I bought this home, and I looked on the back, because I thought the back really sold this for me. You have to excuse my fingernails. I have been painting today, so I hope I don't live in abject poverty. I just got a bit of black on my fingernails. So I picked this up, and I looked at the back, and I was like, I had no idea this was an MMO, a massively multiplayer online game. I thought this was just like a pick up and play, and I was totally sold by what was on the back. So this is the start at the top. Actually, no, let's start at the front. So you're probably familiar with this picture, this kind of desert swept image with what seems to be like a metal logo, maybe a piece of armor. You don't know. The most beautiful, persistent online world so far in PC gaming by PC Gamer. Internet connection required. I totally missed this when I bought this. Additional online fees per month. I missed all of this. I mean, who would pick up a game if you're not familiar with MMOs before? Who would buy something like that? Most people didn't know what the MMO was, but it was 3D. I mean, I loved all these pictures. Look at each individual picture. I'm trying to work out where this is. This looked like it could be Athens or Omnitrade, and you don't see any of these people, any characters with these weapons. This seems to be like this has a two-handed axe. I can't quite remember the name of it. But I guess this was like the early beta, like, stills they took. And it shows the really old shops, if you can see there. Look at that. The old armor and weapon shops. So hopefully I can find some screenshots of what this game looked like when it first released, but I do have a few of them, so I don't know whether I've got the armor and weapons one. We can only see. And this one, I liked this picture. This looked like you've got 3 ninjas and a guy with fire coming out of him. How cool is that image? Team up or fight solo against monsters and other players. This is a dream for anyone to play, especially when internet in the UK was so limited. Not many people were playing online. Westwood Studios was where Command and Conquer was played. And as far as I know, that's all I remember. In a distant future, the year is 29475 AD, and the place is Rubi-Ka, a brave new world on the outer fringes of unknown space. As a citizen and colonist, you are propelled into perilous and unfamiliar territory, and you will soon have to decide where your allegiance lies, whether you sympathize with the rebel clans or with the corporate behemoth Omnitech. Your decision will affect everyone. In this world, the future is in your hands. Anarchy Online is a massively multiplayer internet role-playing game featuring thousands of players simultaneously in a persistent living universe, which is true. Inhabiting an alien planet in a distant future, players, in groups or on their own, are free to explore a stunningly detailed science fiction environment, converse and socialize with other players, solve numerous quests, and battle strange and unworldly creatures. This has everything on it. This is like the ultimate game. I mean, that's what I used to think anyway. Online space adventure where you get to meet other people. Right, let's have a look and see what we got inside. Ooh. Right. So where do we begin? We can start with the CD. I wonder how this person's looked after it. It's immaculate. Look at that. It's not a. It's a plastic vinyl sheet which goes over the CD rather than a paper one. Right, let's look at the map first. Hopefully I can make enough room here. I mean, the person who's had this has really looked after it well. Oh my god, look at this. That's a helpful map. Hopefully you can see all that. You've got Camelot at the top, Athens, Newland, Borealis, Four Holes, Wine on the far right, Klondike down the bottom, Galloway Castle, Rome and Omni. Don't know how helpful this would have been. I mean, the Rubi-Ka is absolutely massive, so it's hard to think how this would be handy. I mean, I think some people would hang it up, some people would put it, leave it in the box, but... Right, I hope you can see this. This is your guide to Anarchy Online. The user manual. We've got this artwork, which I don't know if it's related to Funcom, but Death Isn't Fatal. This looks like Anarchy Online, like propaganda kind of stuff. Welcome to Anarchy Online. This manual will guide you through the installation and registration process for your first few baby steps into the alien world of Rubi-Ka. It also introduces you to the conflict between Omnitech and the rebel clans, some of the monsters, weapons and equipment in major cities, and the most important characters. For your detailed instructions and hints, tips and updated information about the game, the world and everything related to Anarchy Online, please visit the official website. But the best help can always be found in game. Ask others for help. Don't rely on Funcom, ask other people. We know we've made a complicated game. Oh look, an old serial number there. I'm pretty sure that's been used. Basic requirements for the game. If you want me to take a picture of every single page, let me know. If you're that well inclined. Oh cool, look at this. Right, hang on. If you can see this. This is the old character creation. There isn't a lot of footage of this on the line. All of it's very pixelated, which I'll show later on in the video. But if you can see that, let me see if I can make this a little bit better. If you can see this, you would stand in front of these kind of pictures of different breeds and the sexes of the character, and you have to click each one, and this little kind of laser would shoot at, I think, at you, and then you change into which one you selected. Change your breed. Did you know that the Catholic Church condemns the use of stem cell scanners? And got some. Did you know? Did you know? Fact finding up here. Yes. Okay. So then in the next room, let me see if I can make this a little bit better. In the next room, you'd pick your face, I do believe. You press these, and then this laser would shoot onto your head, and then it would change your face. And this was in the background. It was fat, skinny, or medium. I remember that. And this would make you go up and down the elevator, like you teleport up and down. But other characters would appear, so you could interact with people as you were going through the character creation, which was quite awesome. And this is how you select your class, right? So this is how you'd pick your class. You'd pick Fixer, Trader, just by clicking on these blocks. And then the woman, what's it called, the narrator would go, Fixer, Nanotechnician, and she'd click on that. And that's how you do it. Then you keep going down into the next rooms. That was the name panel. If you can see that, it's very dark, even for a printout. This isn't very good. But there you go. So that's how you'd select your name. And then the best bit was picking the doors. People would come down and finish off creating their character and all congregate here. And then you'd try and persuade people to go into Omni, Neutral, or Clan. You just run through the doors. Choose your affiliation. And there's some old. Look at that. So this is an old layout. This is your interface. So this is how much this has changed. There are better pictures of this, but I'm going to do my best. This is in black and white. It's not just me being strange. This is what your wear would be. Then you've got team. Then you've got the old map. And then nano programs. And then this cool thing, which is all your stats. You can show a little bit clearer about your health and your experience points. But I don't know how well you can see that, but nevertheless. And I'm just trying to find, there was one specific picture which got me really excited. I'm just going to find it. There's some cursory stuff here. Pointers, things like that. Most people know. Targeting. Yeah, so this goes into detail about all the user interface. I won't go too much into this. It's just nerdy stuff. I'm trying to find there's a specific picture about trading. See if I can remember it. Pages stuck together. Map. Program window. Stats window. I love all these because some of these graphics don't exist anymore. Because it's all been updated, because there was a patch that updated all the textures, and some of them now redundant. Look at that. Starting areas, and then new opportunities await you on Rubi-Ka, prospective colonist. So some advertising for Anarchy for the Omnitex here. Yeah, look at these. These are what I liked. So I used to read this at school. I just take the manual into school and just read this. Hi, new colonists. Welcome to Rubi-Ka. Safe. What's that? You should be aware that Rubi-Ka death isn't fatal. By resurrecting after physical trauma resulting in massive organ failure is a complicated process. I'm not going to read all this, but there was this really cool like symbols like this. Invest now. You can trade weapons and guns. I was like, how do you do that with other players in a game? There's even golf. Look at that. It's golf in the game. Beware of terrorists. Team up. There's some facts and trivia here. Find freedom with justice with the clan. So there's some propaganda here. There's all this stuff. I'm not going to read it all, but if you're interested, I can take a picture of all the pages if you're that nerdy, and I'm happy to post them up. Then there's some advertising for the clan, so you know if you're not totally decided on what side you want to do. And this is really cool. This is like someone's scrapbook. Someone's been documenting what they found on Rubi-Ka. So you got the wildlife. So here you go. Some more visuals here. Some old assets for the old textures. Oh my god, really? How pixelated that is. But it was all point, because the idea was the game would either be updating or installing constantly or down. And this gives you something to read, it gets you really excited. Here's all some interesting characters. Tells you a bit about the story. Philip Ross. Okay, let me see if I can just... on the last few pages here. Some more of the characters here. And then, what is this? Oh, I think this is another game by Funcom. Oh, no, here we go. This is the nanotechnician. Madam Mysteria. Emporium of Formulas. It's just all based itself, like coat of barbs for the adventurer. Yeah, these are all the, I think these are all the nanos you'd start off with if you made a character. Custom automation for the engineer. Where's the soldier? Particle deflection shield, not body boost. Particle deflection shield. Alright, anything else? There's credits, so there's the whole team from Funcom who built the game. And that's it, and then customer support at the back. If you're interested and want to know each individual page, I'm happy to take each a photo of all the pages and send it to you guys if you're interested. But there you go, so old Anarchy Online back in 2001. Now what we're going to do is, we're going to put it in and hopefully get some of the early boot up screens. So, and then from there, I'm going to find all the old footage I can of the game, old screenshots, and put them together and walk you through what it was like to play Anarchy Online back in 2001. Okay, so I put the CD in and I run the launcher, the AO launcher, and this got a bit of trouble here because the game was conflicting with my video recording software, but I did manage to get a few shots. So I got, as you see, I got 3 installation problems there, but I managed to get through to this next screen, which is very dated. It will show you what folder you want to install the game in. So I got this far, and I managed to get the basic installation sequence in, which installs the game onto your computer's hard drive, but I didn't get any of the patcher software. So the game would, I couldn't get the patcher to run. So what I did was I managed to find some other pictures on the internet of what the patcher used to look like, going back to I think 13, like 0.13 was the first update. But this is the screen you didn't want to see. You didn't want to see the game ready to be patched or down, because that would be hours and you never knew when the game would come back up again. But here I've actually found some early footage for when the game was being presented at a games conference in Norway, I think. So these are the earliest footage I could actually get my hands on. It shows you the character creation, and when it was going through some of its early stages, you can see that the character creation was in different platforms. So the character would appear on one platform, and then you click on buttons and go up and down the lift, and you can see yourself changing face, you can change your size, your breed, all of that. But one of the best things was you can meet other characters being created as you go down, and then the final scene is you exiting through which portal you wanted, whether it was clan, Omnitech, or neutral. So here are some other really old footages I found. So this is the old skill points tree, and you can see the old interface on the right hand side. The graphics are a lot different because at some point there was a graphics update where it increased the resolution of the textures. There's an old crate in the background. There you go. As you can see, everybody pretty much had the same armor as what you'd find. This footage doesn't really show a lot of people, but this game was packed that you couldn't move. And here is some of the earliest video footage of people actually congregating. I think this is outside an Omni Forest. I can't remember, but it shows a little bit of lag, and it shows characters just finding groups. So everyone meet by a team mission booth, and people are trying to get themselves into teams. But look at how different all the characters are. Like, everyone had different armors. Everyone was like mix and matching armors. People were still trying to work out what weapons, armor, and gadgets were the best. So there's a lot of chat in the chat room. So here I turned the graphics down to the lowest graphics I could, just to try and replicate some of the starting areas. This is the backyard for Omni Territory. You come out here, and people would be killing and looting and trying to work the game out. And the graphics now have been updated a tiny bit, even without the new engine. This still looks roughly the same as it did when it first came out. So just to let you guys know, I play through Anarchy Online on classic mode, where I don't use any of the instances. I start in backyards, and I go off and try to reminisce about the old times of Anarchy Online. So if you're interested, give us a follow. And this character you see here is a soldier I'm building. So if it's something you want to see, if you want to join me going through Anarchy Online, I stream on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6, or I upload it straight here onto YouTube. So if it's something you're interested in, give us a like and a subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you out in Rubi-Ka. So take care.